Most men think work ends when they leave the office. That belief is exactly why their life never really begins. This is the Silent Kings. One lesson at a time, we turn noise into discipline and confusion into direction. When I was younger and lazy, I saw work the same way most men do. You wake up, drag yourself through the morning, commute, sit somewhere you don't like for 8 hours, and call that work. Everything outside those 8 hours becomes time off, so of course you start to resent it. You feel like life is just a block of suffering between 2 doses of distraction. But here is the truth most men never accept. For a man, life is work, not in a miserable way, but in a meaningful way. You were built to build, to provide, to protect, to improve. When you deny that, you don't escape work. You just end up working for the wrong things: comfort, numbness, and slow decay. So you change the frame. You stop saying, "I work from 9 to 5. You start saying, "From the moment I wake up to the moment I sleep, I'm always working on something." Work is anything that improves your health, wealth, or relationships. Everything else is either neutral or pulling you backwards. When you cook a proper meal instead of ordering junk, you are working. You are building the body that has to carry you for decades. When you go to the gym after a long day instead of collapsing into the sofa, you are working. You are choosing strength over softness. When you sit down in the evening to build a business, sharpen a skill, or study your craft instead of mindlessly scrolling, you are working. You are making sure your future family never has to flinch at a bill. You are making sure your older self looks back with respect, not regret. When you spend time with your partner, really present, not half on your phone, you are working. You are investing in the one person who will stand beside you when everything else changes. When you sit with your child and listen to them, instead of handing them a screen, you are working. You are building a bond that most men only realize they wanted when it is too late. Even sleep is work. The king who thinks staying up to grind until 3 a.m. every night makes him hardcore is usually just setting himself up to be useless the next day. Rest done properly is not laziness, it is maintenance. The body needs sleep to repair. The mind needs it to think sharply. A man who respects his mission will respect his recovery. So if health, wealth, and relationships are all work, what is not work? Numbing yourself with endless social media is not work. Drinking yourself dull every night is not work. Shoveling junk food into your body because it is easier than cooking is not work. Porn, mindless TV, gossip, arguments with strangers online, none of that is work. It is escape. It is the cheap replacement for a life you are not actively building. Look at the average man. He gives a tired, half-hearted 8 hours to a job he doesn't care about, then spends the remaining 16 slowly destroying his body, his mind, and his future. He calls that normal. He thinks he is living for the weekend. In reality, he is just drifting one day closer to the grave, slightly more numb each time. If you do not want an average life, you cannot live with the average frame. You cannot think, "Now I'm working. Now I'm off." You must think, "I am always working on something that matters, and if I am not, I am slipping." That does not mean no joy, it means intentional joy. A good meal with people you love is work. You are strengthening bonds. A walk alone at night to think is work. You are clearing your head. An hour reading a good book instead of doom scrolling is work. You are sharpening your mind. The difference is simple. Does this action build my health, wealth, or relationships? Or is it just helping me forget that I am not building anything at all? So here is your rule, King. Any moment you catch yourself drifting, ask, what should I be working on right now? If you are tired, maybe the answer is sleep. If you are wired, maybe it is training. If you are lonely, maybe it is reaching out to someone who matters or improving the man you bring into relationships. If you are broke, maybe it is improving your skills or tightening your systems. You do not get to escape work. You only get to decide whether your effort builds your kingdom or feeds your decay. Close this video, open your life, and act. When you are done, Return to the silent kings. Your next lesson is waiting. If you're building yourself quietly, subscribe and stay close. Share this with one man who needs to remember what work really is.